So, are you looking for a decent video converter software for Mac that has a few very nice hidden bonuses? Then Digiarty Software's MacX Video Converter Pro might be something for you. In this video I'm going to take a look at what MacX Video Converter Pro has to offer and which alternatives there might be out there. And of course why you might want to consider to actually install MacX Video Converter Pro instead of these competition's offerings. Okay, so this is what MacX Video Converter Pro looks like in terms of interface. As you can see, it uses some darker gray, black even, and some lighter gray colors, which really fits in nicely with the interface of macOS 10. Well, let's take a look at what this program has to offer. We're going to look at the features here: add videos, add photos, YouTube, camera, and screen recording software, because that's what these buttons represent. Here you can add your video. For instance, I have an MOV file here that I was working on about a week ago when I was doing a review for my iPhone 4S. So we can open that up. Now it's added to the conversion list, and now we can pick a codec or a device where we want this video to be optimized for. My recently used profile is iPad mini because I have an iPad mini first generation that I like to convert video to, so I can watch it while I'm on the bus going to school or whatever. But we also have other offerings here. The general Mac video codecs, that's just general MPEG-4, H.264, MOV, M4V, and we also have PC general video, which is right here. So it can be Chromecast MP4 video, MP3 audio, AVC, MKV, WMV, that's stuff that Apple never uses, or 3GP even. So there's a huge offering in terms of codecs here. So let's just scroll through this real quick so you can see what the PC codecs are like and what the support is. There we go. So it's also optimized for a hell of a lot of devices out there. Apple devices, as you can see here, iPhone, iPad, iPod, etc. Android tablets, Android phones, even Microsoft mobile devices for Xbox, the Zune, the Surface, and Windows Phone 8 tablets and mobile phones. Sony devices, so PS Vita, PS3, PSP, PS4, and even their line of Xperia smartphones. I don't know why it's put back here, because those are just Android mobile phones, but anyway, it works, I guess. And even BlackBerry and Nokia phones. So we're talking the Nokia Lumia phones here, which should be in the Windows Mobile section in my opinion, but that will probably get updated in a future update. Let's see, even Nokia N series. That's actually pretty nice, because those are pretty old phones by today's standards. These were the very first smartphones, I guess. And PDAs and stuff. And of course the Blackberries. Of course the Q10, the Z10, which are pretty recent and actually pretty decent devices, but that's not within the scope of this video. So once you've selected your codec, you can even select it to put it to music, by the way, or YouTube video. You just click it, you select the quality, you can drag it. Of course, the higher quality you want to be converted, the longer it will take, depending on your hardware, of course. So we're going to click iPad mini again. So the iPad mini icon shows up here, so it will be converted to iPad mini. So if you want to actually convert it, we can even deinterlace it if it's, for instance, 780 or 720i, you want it to 720p or whatever. And you can even select the number of cores you want to use. So if you want to run it in the background while it's still doing other things, you can opt to just use 2 or 3 cores if you have a quad-core CPU, or just use 1 core if you have a dual-core CPU. So you won't actually bite yourself while converting video. So it's just that simple. You just click the run button and it'll just start converting. You just click it here, and now it just starts converting. And it puts it in your output folder here. So now we can minimize that, because I'm not going to bother doing such things. And then we can go to the next feature here of MacX Video Converter Pro, which is the Add Photos button. So you just have to browse through stuff if you have photos somewhere. I'm just going to go to my home folder. I'm going to go into my pictures folder. And in the wallpapers folder. We can open that up. Please note that this is still here because we haven't finished converting it yet. But wallpapers will pop up in your list just like to convert video. So we have 12 photos in our wallpapers folder right here. And what it will do is it will output it to the same MPEG-4 codec as the output mini video. So it will just convert it to a slideshow. I will add a slideshow just after this little part here so you can see what it looks like. This should give you an idea on what the slideshow looks like if you render it using MacX Video Converter Pro. So the next feature we're going to take a look at is YouTube. Let's pop that back up here. Once again, we get 4 menu buttons here. Add URL, scrub all items that are finished, delete all items in the list, and of course the preferences button. Here you can select your preferred video format, MP4, FLV, GP, whatever, video resolution, target folder, proxies, speed limiters, whatever. But what's really important here is to click the Add YouTube URL button. So you can just paste your URL from your YouTube video, click the Analyze button, all the resolutions here will show up and a thumbnail of the video that you're actually going to download. So you can select whatever quality you want, or it fits your device that you want to share it on or whatever. Then you click OK, and it's there in the list. Now you go down here, and you can see the download button, or the download now button. You can also add this video to the conversion list once again, so you can convert it to take it with you on a portable device. I'm going to click download now here, and the YouTube video is finished. So if you go to your output folder, you can actually see it right there. It's that easy. So, of course, my target folder here is Mac Video Library, so we can just click open. And the video is right here. I downloaded it before just as a test. So I'm going to put that in the recycling bin. And that's that. It's really that simple to just download YouTube videos and share them with other people if you don't have an internet connection going on while you're on the go. So we're going to click the X again. I'm going to exit right out here. The next feature is the camera option. This is the video recorder in MacX Video Converter Pro. There's a very big record button down here, and I can't really show you anything because I don't have an external camera or a webcam connected to this particular machine. So you're going to click the preference button here. Now you can select the external audio device you want to record with, which is usually a built-in microphone in a laptop with a webcam, video device, which is usually a webcam, and resolution that you want to record at. Of course, also the input volume for your microphone. And you can even convert this recording to your conversion list once again, so you can share it with someone else, or if you have to take it with you before you can just upload it or edit it, because some cameras or devices record in a weird codec that not every video editing software actually gets, so that's a possibility. Click done again, and now you can just record, and then just record your video or whatever. And the last but not least is the screen recorder. That's some nice screen recorderception going on there. So this is your recording region. It's now set to my full screen. You can also just crop it, click that, and now it's just locked to this window. We don't want that, so we're not going to do that. Once again, this menu has a preferences button. You can set your session preset, which is the resolution at which you want to record. Which can be photo or 720p. Once again, an external audio device, the frame rate at which you want to record at, the output folder again, and yeah, the countdown is actually pretty nifty. So you just have 3 seconds before the recording starts, so you can prepare your other devices if you, for instance, need an external recording device like I'm using for this video. And you can also capture mouse clicks, which will show up as a, a little circular thing that pops up around your mouse cursor. Click down again, close that. And that's pretty much the software as a whole. The other things that I haven't actually mentioned is this remove all button, which you just clear your list. The preferences button for the software in general, which offers some very standard features. For instance, you can just add your MP4 files that you converted to iTunes so you can sync it with an Apple device. Click that again. Also have a check for updates button. I'm currently on the latest version, as you can see here. And we have the About button, which shows that we're running MacX Video Converter Pro, registered copy. And this is the most recent version. Okay. This covers the MacX Video Converter Pro software as a whole. Next part of this video is the comparison with existing software that might even be free to compare to this software. There's a lot of software out there that can do the same things as MacX Video Converter Pro. For instance, the video converting part of the software can also be done using the software called Handbrake, which can be downloaded for free and is completely open source. If you want to make a photo slideshow, like we showed before with MacX Video Converter Pro, you can also do that with a combination of iPhoto and iMovie even. Because most people, when they get a new Mac, you can get a free license for the iLife and the iWork suite. So if you get a free copy of iLife, you can also just put all the photos, all the events on a timeline and render that with some, some nifty, what you gonna call it, transitions here and there. So that can also do the same, which will also not cost you any money. However, if you have to buy iPhoto and iMovie separately, then it's going to cost probably a bit more than a MacX Video Converter Pro for the whole package. So for the YouTube part, you can also do that for free, of course, with these online downloaders and converters. And there are various other programs that you can even download to do that. But, MacX Video Converter Pro offers this in such a, easy way that you can also just select the appropriate resolution that you want to download at. Usually when you get an online converter, for instance, you just get regular quality, usually just 480p. And now you can also just download it in HD, which is very nifty. The camera feature can also be, there are apps for that in macOS 10 by default. For instance, if you just want to take photos with that camera feature, you can just use Photo Booth, or for instance, or just use the QuickTime player, which you can record screencasts with, and even take video as well. QuickTime Player offers this functionality for free in OS 10, 10.6, Snow Leopard, and later. So the last feature that I wanted to talk about, I just said it, the screen recording feature in MacX Video Converter Pro, that can be done by QuickTime Player in OS 10, 10.6, and later, which is completely free with the operating system. Now, if you take the operating systems themselves, Snow Leopard and Lion were not free, and Mountain Lion wasn't free either, but MacX and the oncoming Yosemite are free, so that means that it's completely free to do screencast and screen recording. So, what's left in this video, in the last part, is the conclusion. Why should you get MacX Video Converter Pro, and what does it even cost? I haven't even touched that yet. So, that will be the last part of this video. So, in conclusion, MacX Video Converter Pro offers lots of features in a very complete package. It makes sharing content between different platforms and devices very quick and very easy. It also has a pretty attractive price if you compare it to other products in the App Store, because it only costs $49.95 US retail, but it is available at the moment for just $34.95. So that's a pretty good bargain. It's a holiday sale, so you probably have to be quick about it if you want to get it. And if you don't want to pay for the software and just want to take a look at it, you can also just download a free trial anyway. The free trial is available for those of you that aren't quite as convinced yet by this video. So, if you take all that into account, it costs $49.95 retail. If you have to buy iLife and iWork, and even if you still have to upgrade your operating system, for instance, if you have to upgrade to Lion or to Mountain Lion still, then chances are that you're going to go over it if you even want to have the same features as MacX Video Converter Pro offers. So the conclusion in this video is that it offers a very complete package, like I just said, with a lot of nifty features that are very convenient, and it's not even all that expensive either. I'd like to thank Digiarty Software for providing a license for me to review this software, and I thank you all for watching my review.